What's up, everybody? It's Billy with Masterful Mechanics Baseball. I'm at the Harrisburg Gymnastics School. Shout out my moms. Thanks for letting me use the gym, Mom. I love you. As always, thanks for supporting me in everything I do. But anyway, so for our training video today, we are going to uncover our advanced warm-up throwing program. So we've already done the basic warm-up throwing program. Now we're going to look at our more advanced program. So this is going to be how you can solidify a warm-up routine, as an advanced baseball player, either as a pitcher or a position player. It's good for, for any baseball player. So the main difference with from our basic program to our advanced program is some of the moves are going to be different, but some are going to be repetitive, but we're going to have different focus points for the moves that are uniform for the basic and the advanced move, and I'll go over them as we dive into them. Which brings us to our 3 learning objectives. Like always, objective number 1 is to learn part 1 of our advanced warm-up throwing program. Learning objective number 2 is to learn how the drills in this program can help with your arm strength and throwing mechanics. Like always, we care a lot about throwing mechanics, hence the name Masterful Mechanics. And then learning objective number 3 is a little different. For today, we're going to learn how hip to shoulder separation is very important when throwing a baseball, and how these drills are going to help enhance our separation that we're actually getting. All right, so let's dive into them right away. Our drill number 1 is parallel throws. And this was the same in the basic warm-up throwing program and advanced throwing program. We're going to start with parallel throws. I'm going to explain how we want to focus differently as a more advanced player. All right, so here we go. So we're going to stand facing our target, okay, facing our target, our partner, straight ahead, hips parallel, shoulders parallel, hands together. We're going to turn, get to the tee. Now for our basic throwers, we focused on this move right here, getting to the tee, which is a primary step to throwing, and we focused on getting that shoulder and glove pointed at the target. For our more advanced throwers, we're going to think about, okay, we're getting hip to shoulder separation with our first drill. So hips are parallel, shoulders are turned. I'm separating my shoulders from my hips. That's the actual act of separating. So we're going to separate here, separate our hands now, and then we're going to use that front arm to tuck down, reach out, throw. And again, the main thing we want to think about is the separation. So I'm keeping my hips parallel, turning my shoulders. Okay, they're now separated. Okay, so my hips are going first. Then my shoulders are going to come through as I tuck and throw. And notice how I'm finishing out here. Bent back. Okay, fingers towards the target. Always finish. Boom, out front. Show you 2 more here, real time. All right, pretty simple. So there's parallel throws. We learned about the separation right there. We're going to start it off. It's going to get your body loose, back loose, and get the act of separating, okay, to loosen ourselves up. So drill number 2 is called lunge throws, or the lunge throw. So we're going to get in basically like we're doing a lunge. All right, so I'm lunging. We're going to keep, again, our hips parallel. Hips parallel to the target. They're already open for us, so we don't have to worry about opening them yet. Start with our hands together. Okay, I have my weight in the middle of my body right now. I'm going to bring my weight forward, back, turn my shoulders, which is the separation, turn, separate my hands, glove out, tuck, throw. And I'm going to leave my back foot on the ground. Okay, I can come up to my toe, which means I'm transferring my weight. But for this drill, I want to keep my foot on the ground, so we don't have to worry about following through. Again, the main thing we're going to think about is separation. Okay, so get in your lunge, get pretty wide. You're not going to take a step. Get low, weight forward, back, separate, meaning my shoulders are going back, but my hips are staying forward. So I'm separating them right there. And then that means I can tuck my arm and bring my throwing arm through, kind of like a slingshot effect. Boom, slingshot through. Show you 2 in real time. the main thing with this drill is that separation as well. Forward, back. Okay, we're going to focus on that separation. So our hips are already cleared, but our shoulders are back, 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 so then we can catapult them forward. Boom. The last thing to come through is here, 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 my throwing arm, and then I reach out. All right, so again, there's our separation, there's our throwing mechanics, and there's the consistency in them. For the last drill of the day, drill number 3, we are gonna look at our weight transfer drill. Okay, so again, we're not gonna take a step. You can pick your foot up and put it down, which I'll show you just to get some rhythm. But we're gonna start very wide. Like we'd already taken our step. I like to have my front foot at about a 45-degree angle, so not open, not closed, but in the middle. Again, hands together, weight in the middle. I'm gonna transfer forward, weight back, separate my hands, and now I am gonna use my back leg to push. Here, pull down with my front arm, reach out, throw. Okay, and for this drill, you do wanna finish and follow through with that back leg. Now the main objective for this drill is weight transfer and using your front leg to help bring your back leg through. This is a more advanced move, utilizing that front leg. A lot of beginner, amateur, even college and professional pitchers struggle with using that front leg. So they get strong back leg, strong, and they get to their front and sink. We want to be strong with that front leg and allow it to help us bring our weight and momentum forward for more power and to throw the ball on a downward plane. Okay, we're also getting separation here. Forward, back. When we separate, our hips are staying here pretty much open while our shoulders are back. So they're separated, 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 then they come through. All right, so I'll show you again in slow-mo. Forward, back. Now I separate my hands. I can pick my foot up and put it down. And my front arm is going to initiate my move forward. So pick my foot up, put it down, front arm. Boom, weight comes forward, forward, forward. Release out front. And then follow through. So let me show you, it's easier for me to do it in real time than to talk and think about it. All right, so big thing here. Again, back. Use that tilt here, shoulders are back, hips are forward. There's our separation. Then I'm gonna push off this back foot, throw, get to my front leg, boom, pull forward, feel that pull in my front leg as I finish forward. One more for you. Make sure, look at my front leg, what that's doing. So we gotta use the strength in our front leg after the back leg. So I always say throwing a baseball is like building a house. We got to work from the ground up. We work from our back foot to our knee, then hips, then shoulders, front leg finally, then finish out front. All right, so like building a house, that's 3 of the steps that we need. I'm sure a lot more goes into building a house, but for our next training video, we're going to look at the last two drills in our advanced warm-up throwing program. Okay, so we've accomplished learning objective number 1. To learn part 1 of our throwing program, you learn the 3 drills that you're gonna need. Learning objective number 2 was learn how these drills can help with our throwing mechanics and with the consistency of them, because we're gonna practice them day in and day out, so they're gonna try to get them as consistent as possible and focus on the different cues and focal points of each drill to obtain the proper mechanics. And then step 3, we learned how separation is not only going to give us more power, which equals throwing velocity, but it's also going to help save our arm, because to obtain that separation, we have to work from the ground up, and we have to use our legs first, and we have to mainly use our legs in general, and then just let our arm ride through, which is going to take the stress off our arm, which will help eliminate any arm pain and arm injury. All right, and I know people are going to ask me, how do I know whether I should do the beginner or advanced throwing program? So most people think it's based on age level, but for me it's based on skill level and competency. So say you have a really good 10, 11, 12-year-old who's pretty advanced for his age, he can start the advanced program. Say you have a 15, 16-year-old who's not advanced and they need to practice the basic mechanics, they can start basic. There's no harm, and you shouldn't feel bad about having to start in the basic program. And if you want, even if you are advanced, you can start basic and work your way up to the advanced drills. One leads into the other. Again, like building a house, I set up these drills in a certain order so that they can roll one into the next. Okay, so I'll see you next time for part 2 of our advanced warm-up throwing program. Thanks for being here with me at the Harrisburg Gymnastics School. I appreciate it. Peace out, everybody.